So now I know the word for Despizzy. Everybody's just scattering. He knows the word! Run, run!
There is one super important town or destination that that has a lot of information that I think you missed. That you missed. We're horrible people and nobody understands.
That one isn't it like that is so strictly an inside reference. Nobody could understand that. It's not even just obscure. I'm trying to think of like areas where it's likely that I missed something like that. I guess there's the big desert to the east.
It's a place you've been. I'll put it that way.
I still feel like my least explored town is whatever that one in the desert to the east is.
Is there a town in the desert to the east?
Well, it's sort of at the edge of the desert to the east.
Oh, okay.
I just trade this ship for this ship. Oh, never mind. This ship's in bad shape. I'll stick with this ship. Thank you. Yes, like up here, where there's nothing. Right up here where nothing was a thing. There's a sign. Is it a sign that says, "Here lieth where Vesper used to be"?
No, you're just not where you think you are.
Oh. Warning!
Beware the desert.
The thing. The thing.
There you go.
Well, I was roughly where I thought I was.
Yeah. I wasn't, I wasn't sure how to give you a hint without giving too much away.
So when we beat this, we're 100% doing Ultima 6, right, says Joshua? I mean, eventually, not immediately after this, but at present I don't have plans to abandon this series. Let me board this town. Enter hut. Insert the hut disc.
Basically. This music that I like.
Hi. You seem like you're probably a friend. You see a huge, horned, leather-winged demon. What's your name? Sinvral!
Sinvral!
What's your job, Sinvral? I once served the mighty Astaroth, but that was long ago. Speak not that name in too loud a voice, lest thou summon the Shadow Lord of Hatred. We're supposed to know the names of the Shadow Lords. I just learned the name of a Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord of Hatred is Alzarath.
Alzarath, huh?
Yep.
Boy, I hope you wrote Alzarath.
I wrote Astaroth.
Damn.
Now to do some rough and tumble in this town, says Joshua. I mean, it is a demon. We probably should kill it.
You asked its name and job.
Beware, for they who yell their names oft die at the will of the foul wraiths. So do I yell it in battle and then I get killed? Is that a... That seems like a pretty good thing to do. No longer do I serve evil with a capital E. I used to be an employee of Evil LLC. For deep below the earth did the once and true king show me the paths of virtue. I can only tell thee that he has turned me from the ways of darkness, but he'll have no such luck with the Shadow Lords. I cannot help thee with that.
There is one other thing you can learn about here.
Underworld.
But I don't know how you would know, other than perhaps somebody else tells you to ask him about it. I'm going to look that up.
The accursed shard of hatred that spawned my former master lies within the underworld at the location thou wouldst call Eeth.
That's IAIA.
Okay.
By the way, there is nobody else that, well, at least when I looked up Shard of Hatred in the entire NPC text, this is the only person that would tell you about it.
So I don't think it's
not hugely surprising because you learn about the hatred guy.
Exactly,
here, so.
and it's like at some point you should realize that there's a connection between the the Shadow Lords and the Shards. Enter through the dungeons by Lost Hope Bay.
Remember, there's a correlation. There's a connection between the overworld and underworld.
Yeah, that is not the part that's confusing me. I'm trying to remember what the hell Lost Hope Bay is.
I think it might be on one of the maps. Let me see.
Enter near
So there's Lost Lake.
Lost Hope Bay. I'm wondering if I should be aiming for the Sharts or the who the heck names these things? Has-been Whitman. Excellent point.
Lost Hope Bay is the big bay attached to Minok. And you do know of a dungeon near Minok.
I mean, this is a demon, so
wow,
probably should kill him. Huh. Huh. Well, we're just gonna leave. Shamino,
I mean,
the
you
demon
can't say
possessed
you didn't deserve that.
It's fine. We won. I don't understand how what we just did qualifies as winning, but we did. You got any cool shit hidden around your cottage? Well, I could steal your food. That seems pretty rude. Nothing in the well. Thy wish. The Shard of Hatred. Ooh, a mirage. That can't be a well in hell. There's no Deckard Cain, says Alzarath, in reference to a to something I don't know enough about to know what that reference means.
Diablo.
Well, I obviously knew it was in reference to Diablo, but
well, I mean, you could consider the well in town that Cain always stands near to be a well in hell, given that hell is sort of exploding into town.
You said to me where the Lost Hope Bay is, and it's gone. It just went. It went into my brain, but then it just left again. I literally have no memory of a single word you said about what Lost Hope Bay is. It's.
I mean,
gone.
that sounds like a personal problem to me.
It is.
It's on the map. Just look at the map and read runes. Maybe somebody in chat will be kind enough to tell you to repeat what I had told you.
Lost Hope Bay. I mean, the most sensible thing would be if it's the island of the Avatar, that bay that is the big evil bay.
That would be sensible, and it would also be wrong.
I just got
You just went into a whirlpool.
I don't want. Now is not the time, video game. Oh God, when did I save?
That's a good question.
Well, I save stated right when trolling the jerk.
I mean, I would go back to that save state. And then actually save it so that, you know, that doesn't happen again. It looks like nobody in your chat cares about you.
Nobody knew.
Lost Hope Bay is the big bay near Minok.
Now, the only problem is that because I just save stated, it's eaten my bones.
Is that how that works?
Apparently. I'm almost positive I saved immediately before entering that hut.
Yeah.
Why would save stating eat your boats, asks Veclad. Basically, save stating doesn't work, is the long story short. Like, if you load very soon so that it's still, like, it broadly has the same stuff loaded, then it's fine. But if you try to actually load, like, a very distant save state, then it just corrupts memory. Okay, let's go ahead and have this conversation, just in case it triggers something for me to actually have the conversation. Okay, so if the Lost Hope Bay isn't in the Island of the Avatar, then it is in Google, Ultima Lost Hope Bay. Are you for realsies here? Oh, it's the big old Minnock Bay, okay.
Isn't that what I just said again?
If you did, then either you were muted
I did.
or I truly am blocking out everything you said.
I mean, that's fair, but Speclad says, did you already forget where it was? So I think Speclad heard me say it again.
Apparently I just block out everything you say.
I mean, that's understandable, but
I'm not even making a joke here. I truly have no memory of you telling me it again.
I hope when you come back to edit this, I really want to see something edited there.
No!
Nice. Well deserved.
Okay, we're going to the underworld. Let's see. The spell that tells us our location. Because you loaded the save state and Weasel's memory is tied to save states. Inwiz. As in, wherein is the wizard? None mixed. Mix. Inwiz. That is not close to IAIA.
That is not close to IAIA. I mean, presumably you just came down near the same place you got sucked into the whirlpool.
My suspicion is the whirlpool always drops you in the same place.
Oh, you're probably right. You're probably right. Because I don't think the oceans in the underworld are the same as the oceans in the overworld.
Oh.
That looks like a sealed dungeon to me.
Yeah. I did not mean to view gem. I meant to look at it. Despise. Do I happen to know? So, it is indeed fall damage like that, and it does indeed say so. Despise. If I already know this, then this is technically a way out from here. And I feel like I do know despise. Wrong. That was apparently just me saying, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about having the word for despise. I thought I was talking about wrong, but no, I'm just wrong. Oh, it happened. Oh wait, I can at least get the identity of the dungeon, and then I can just say that to people. Covetous, okay.
Another word of power I don't think you know.
I definitely don't know it. But you know who knows it? Someone.
Somebody in Minot.
Boy howdy, I sure hope this isn't information you learned from the shipwright, who I only killed a little bit.
Basically, there's a lot of information that you're missing from another town, too.
Because you need to do some weird secret nonsense to get it? Or maybe you just need to not kill the shipwright?
Well, I think that, so you learn, okay, so here's some of the information. You learned a word of power, I believe. Yeah. For despise, right?
Despise.
Or did you not learn that one yet?
I think I've learned despise. There's wrong. My notes are not very organized, so I'm just like...
Yeah.
That's shame. Maybe I didn't learn despise.
Okay. Yeah, so there's another location where I'm trying to find out why you wouldn't have learned this in this location. See, you should have learned this. This is something that you should have learned if you had talked to this person, I would have thought.
I cannot help thee with my own name.
This seems like a very important person. And it's in a place that's super, like it's... I mean, there's a lot of things in this place that I think you've missed. What's the most obvious place to go to search for more information?
Britain.
Yes. Yes.
An apparition! Finally! Finally,
wow.
You show your damned face, you piece of shit!
Now we get to see if he's actually happy with you.
Level 7... Level 7... Level 6... I mean, it's unsurprising that essentially everybody is leveling up since it's been so damned long since you talked to us, you bastard! Well armed art thou to fight death's embrace, O enlightened one, thy destiny awaits thee. Now that you've thrown a bunch of money at the shrines, I like you. Remember, if you don't have enough valor, buy it.
Yeah, yeah. He went from, I mean, he went from super pissed at you to instantly pleased with you.
Yep. Well, instantly after days of refusing to talk to me.
Weeks, maybe. A fortnight, perchance.
If it weren't for the resistance, I'd have nothing left. Oops. Dost thou intend to turn me in for treason, for my treason? Yes. Then so be it! Help, guards, I'm being robbed. Okay, let's go with no. But now we know a lot more to, yes. Okay, so he knows about the resistance, but doesn't really do anything with that information.
I mean, if you had said no, he would have done something with that information.
Oh, but I don't want to lie. Word. Mantra. Mantra. Dung. Dung. Ask the owner of the Arms of Hustis. Yeah, we already actually learned about that.
Yeah, I knew you knew, but I wanted to let you know that's the kind of thing that you could miss if you...
if you dare to tell the truth.
Well, if you just assume that, like, you're not going to get any more information because you think you already know all the information, if that makes sense.
So don't be a know-it-all. Oh yeah, I remember Anon. We use these words to seal the 8 dungeons.
You should start with job for people. You shouldn't just, like, just because, like, that's usually what starts conversations.
Fair enough. But if I just say all of this crap, then I'm sure to find the right thing. Probably not. But he's just talking about the words of power, which, well, seal, evil. I know merely one of these words. Dost thou wish to know it? You've almost certainly already told me.
And yet you said you had
Despise.
figured it out.
Ah, no!
It was, I can tell you right now, it was Villas. But this is also important information.
Despise Vilis?
Yes.
The daughter of another council member works as a sailmaker. Ask the child about her mother, for she too knows one of the words of power. Okay. Ask sailmaker about...
No.
About mother.
The sailmaker... Oh, yeah, okay, you're right, okay. Yes. I misread that.
So that could be the one who doesn't know that she's free because I killed the thing, or it could be the one in... or no, I guess it's right here that also has ducks. Great, thank you. So now I know the word for Despizzy. Everybody's just scattering. He knows the word! Run!
So yeah, like, that information that you just got from that guy, like, it was 2 huge important pieces of information just from some rando. I mean, he's not rando, somebody else tells you about him in Britain, but he's just, like, wandering around.
And he's so difficult to find because he's all over the damned place. He won't just, like, stay put.
I mean, somebody else in town says he wanders the... I don't remember what... Like, wanders the...
He wanders the docks, if you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I guess she's not here. I just assumed she would be in the nearest shipwright, but nothing said she would be.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to... I mean, in the game, you're just supposed to look out for somebody who's making... who's sewing sails, right?
Yeah, but it did say... Well, I guess it just said sewing sails, so... It might even not be in a shipwright, I suppose, but it would make a lot more sense if it was. Look at how many ships! Look at how many ships! They're all over the damn place.
This is
there's another one over there.
Ship graveyard. A ship graveyard.
It's a ship graveyard entirely of my own making.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's possible that the reason it saves on the Britannia disc is that it actually saves directly over the like map information. Like, it doesn't save the map and then also there's a ship here. It doesn't have like a save file. It just replaces it on the map, which would explain why I can remember so damned much.
Ah, I see what you're saying. It literally overwrites it.
Yeah. Because that's not that weird of a thing for a game of this era to do.
Speclad says, but then how would you start a new game?
True. So it could very well be one of these 2 people who is the daughter that we need to talk to.
Was.
You lazy buggers, wake up, God. Okay, it can't be you. Huh. Because you'll actually be the one who sells ships. Yeah. 696 gold. Wow, that's quite inexpensive. Don't slam the door. There is no door. No hint of a door. Yeah, I already know the mantra. Well,
yeah,
be exploring the
but
then
he says right there.
Which I think is one of the very few I actually know.
Okay.
Trips.
But he doesn't tell you the word of power.
In many dungeon rooms, there are trips that open secret passages. I know that. There are walls that must be pushed.
There you go. Information that you wouldn't have known otherwise.
Oh, I don't want to push every wall. I don't want to push every wall.
Specifically, he's talking about the dungeon to start, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
I would
don't
at
wanna
least
push every wall in the
write
dungeon
down
to start.
push walls, or shoot at walls.
Shot at?
Or
such as a torch across a chasm. Okay. I actually need another sheet of paper to write this crap down. Hidden walls. Pushed or shot at, and or shot at is such as torch across chasm. I mean, I've learned something. I kind of wish I hadn't.